Hello everybody, Fran here, ramsandelitefitness.com, ramsandelitefitness.com. In this, we have some behind the scenes footage of our movement mastery assessment. This is our gait analysis test, which is one test of several that we use for all new individuals looking to work with REF Fitness Station. And again, the purpose of the testing is to determine baselines and how the individual, how they typically move, what their basic motor functions are like, where they are inadequate, and how we can improve that before we even start talking about max deadlifts and max squats, things which unfortunately nowadays is all strength and conditioning seems to be about, is just how much weight can you put on there and how much can you do. And there's a lot more to it than that. And this unique test allows us to gain slight advantages and look for things that can be improved relatively quickly that should lead to increased performance. So the point of this test is the camera is going to be placed behind this individual. We will have the individual sprint past the camera, and we were able to, in slow motion, detect any sort of inefficiencies in the lower portion, in the lower body, as well as in conjunction with the upper body. So we're going to go ahead and start this test. So we're looking at foot striking. We're going to be looking at angles of ankle to knee to hip, upper body, how it swings, does it stay stable. And so what we have here, and the first things we notice, is our angle from ankle to knee back up to our hip. He's got outward movement. You can even see it here in the foot. The foot is a slight angle out to the right. Any sort of side-to-side motion or side-to-side action in general is going to make you slower and less efficient. And also can put a damper on your coordination if your coordination isn't fully trained. Also, we have an arm, which again is a little horizontal for my liking. I'd like this a little more in line with the body. We essentially, as we're running, want to look like this. Okay, foot up to the knee, up to the hip. Foot up to the knee, up to the hip. Okay, knee drive comes straight up in front of the body, straight back down, straight up and straight down. The arms again are nice and close to the body, pumping up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, and any sort of directional pull either way, doesn't matter what limb, it's just going to create resistance, something that we can eliminate and increase performance. The other thing we want to notice, if you take the body from head to the middle of the body down, right? Let's go on the side here. Okay. As the legs strike, here's your leg coming down here. There's this middle area which should remain clear of foot strikes. Okay, your foot strike may be, if you're talking from your hip down to your ankle, may come a little inside, may come a little outside. There is a little bit of room there for. But at this midline, if your foot strike is anywhere near that or crosses over, that's an inefficiency to me. Now, so if we look at this individual and we draw this center line down, the foot is, it's not awful. Okay, I would, out of this entire video, the things we've already discussed, this is, it's still something to keep in mind and helps us put the pieces of the puzzle together, trying to figure out the mechanics of this individual. But that's not like a major flag for me in terms of, hey, this is awful, this needs to be corrected, or else you're going to be, you're increasing your chance of being injured. Nothing to that extent, but it's still something to take note of. And again, you see the arms here a little wide. This individual does run in the realm of 4.5, 4.6. So it's not a slow individual. We're not talking someone that runs a 5.5. And okay, here's another one we can look at. If we look at the angle here from the foot to the knee, to the hip. This foot is coming inside the body. You see, we want it to be straight up and down. You know, leg comes up, leg goes down, leg comes up, leg goes down, and instead leg comes up, and there's a swinging action here. So his foot actually ends up here and connects to the knee and goes up to the hip this way. So what's the takeaways from this video? Okay, both legs tend to bow out. Both legs tend to bow out. Both tend to get close to the midline on the foot striking, and the upper torso swinging left to right. So we asked the individual, we analyzed this video with him, about any injuries in the lower portion of his body. And his right ankle was sprained senior year of high school, and it was a decent injury. It wasn't like one of those ones where you just kind of tough it up and keep playing. I don't remember if it sidelined him or not, but I do know it wasn't like a super minor one. So there may be some leftover effects of that if the ankle didn't heal properly and or was not re-strengthened. The upper portion of the legs can overcompensate for a weak ankle. So that certainly could come into the mix. The other thing is, since both legs tend to kind of fit under the body and knees are out on both of them, even here you look at the foot angle. Again, it's pointing outwards. It's not straight ahead where he's running for this object down here. Both legs point outwards. Indicates to me that either the outside legs are tight and are pulling, or the insides are weak and still the outsides can pull because they're stronger. And again, upon further investigation, this individual does tend to have, or admits to having, weaker groin area on the inside. So with this new information, we are now able to create a lower body workout from scratch, essentially, to meet these needs. And the next time we go ahead and test, we just want to see slight improvement. You're not going to fix somebody overnight. We've got to get away from that sensationalism of instant success in like a month. But if this angle can be improved, if we can get his arm action to be more in line with the body, if we can get foot strikes closer to straight up, straight down, get higher knee drive, then we will have increased performance and increased speed. So again, this is just one of tests of several that we will use to analyze the individual to figure out how to maximize his performance. And again, this is crucial for our staff and fitness professionals because we do create all of our programs from scratch for each athlete that comes in. We are not just going to say, yep, today's squat day, today's deadlift day. We actually will now work with this individual to increase the deficient areas and create more efficiency in his sprinting game.